in Atlantic City, New Jersey.
Hey, Howard, what's up?
Hey, man.
Hey, Robin, do you lose sleep over not inviting Fred out to dinner the other night?
Oh, my God.
Listen, I said this to Robin this morning. Let me explain this one last time if I can get the words out without getting cut off on my own show. Well, Fred he goes like a mental patient when I talk to him. Listen, let me tell you something. If someone invites me to dinner, if Fred invited me to dinner with his wife and said to me, I want to go to dinner with you, I wouldn't expect that every time he invites me to dinner, not that he would invite me to dinner, but let's say he did. Every time he invites me to dinner, I don't expect that he has to bring Robin, Artie, Benjy, Gary, this one, that one, or the other thing. You're not the social director of the show, Robin. I'm alleviating you of that position.
Well, how did I get into that position anyway?
Because you decided to... She had been saying, listen, we never get together. I'd like to go to dinner with you. And we kept missing dinner together. And could you turn off your radio?
Dude, can't you hear that going on,
you
man?
motherfucker. Honestly.
Hold on a second.
I mean, really, shame on you.
Jesus.
We'll wait.
Yeah,
That's caller 101, dude.
I mean, Jesus Christ. Anyway, I hear my own dumb thoughts echoing in my head. I thought I was a schizo.
Now you can't sleep.
The alien on my shoulder was talking to me. So anyway, Robin has somehow gotten into this bizarre role that if she invites somebody to something, that 57, it's either 200 or 300 people have to show up, and she has to foot the bill. She invited me to dinner with her new boyfriend, and Robin said, gee, you want to invite another couple? And the boyfriend said, gee, I know Artie the best from the show. Maybe it would be fun.
It wasn't even that much of a conversation. It was like, how about Artie?
Right.
Hey, Robin.
This show, listen, we all aren't like elephants tied to each other in the circus. If Fred wanted to invite me to dinner, or I want to invite Fred, doesn't mean I have to invite Robin or invite Gary, for Christ's sake.
Now Gary was telling me it was the difference was it wasn't just the dinner, and if it had just been you and me and whoever...
because Artie was invited? Oh, well, too bad.
All of a sudden, if you
Get
call
over
it a birthday dinner and then you invite Artie, now you've ruined, you've
right.
jumped
So you are now alleviated of all
protocol.
guilt. Because Robin wrote a note to Beth, and Beth said Robin's very upset about, the fact that, now there's all this controversy, and we had such a lovely time. And I said, this is ridiculous.
Yeah, I couldn't, I had thought we had a wonderful time, and then I'm even hearing Artie say, yeah, Robin was wrong.
No, that's not what Artie said.
Hey, Robin, can I ask one more question?
It's crazy. The show is crazy. I didn't
All
say
right,
Robin
that's it.
was
No
wrong.
more discussion about it. And if Fred wants to see me for dinner, I'm waiting for the invitation.
And what am I, Fred?
And by the way, Fred, I'm busy.
Wait a minute.
That's what I
Fred,
figured. That's why the invitation never
What are you eating, Fred?
A balance bar.
There you go.
Hey, Robin, can I ask one more question?
Go ahead.
If you had to invite one more person, would it have been Gary or Fred?
You better invite Gary, because Gary was suicidal about it. It's like I had like a twinge, and it passed. Apparently, Gary was very...
Gary is a moron.
Oh, my God.
Oh, Robin, which one?
I mean, honestly, the
doesn't
woman
matter
invited
which
me.
one.
This was not a big birthday dinner. This was Robin inviting me to dinner and said, hey, Artie, come along. And you know what? If Gary invited me to dinner, doesn't mean we have to have Robin.
Yeah, I mean, haven't you been out to dinner with Gary and I have not been
I've
there?
had Gary and Artie to my house for the weekend. I didn't have you or Fred. Big
Haven't
deal.
you had Fred out to dinner and I have not been there?
Yes.
Answer the question.
Are you angry about it? Yes. Good.
She's not
Yeah,
angry.
yeah.
Howard, can I say something?
The point is that there have been configurations where it's been me, Howard, and Gary.
Yeah.
There's been configurations where I've tried to make it me, Howard,
I'm not
and Fred.
suicidal. I don't even care.
Well, Fred feels you are.
I'm not. I even said to Robin...
Now you're backpedaling.
Not even a little.
Fred knows. Fred is a good...
I'm only going for what Steve, and maybe Steve Langford's being a troublemaker. I was doing a wrap-up, with him after the show. And he says, well, how do you feel? Blah, 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 blah. And I said, at first it was like a little... But I passed. It passed.
Right. What was even the little?
What even a little?
I don't know what. You know what it was? I think it was even probably, had this never been said, I wouldn't have even given it a second thought. It's like, I think you even said, well, you didn't invite Fred.
Yeah, I was playing with you.
Right.
I never really thought you would be
that
upset.
kind of like, whoa, was that a bad thing? I was saying,
yes, it is a bad
but
thing.
you know what? It passed, and that's it.
What Langford was talking about, he interviewed me yesterday for
I'm done with this.
Hold on, just so you know.
Yes.
I told him how upset I was at the time, and this was more legitimate, that Robin threw a party for your birthday and invited Fred and Artie and Stuttering John and Ross and your trainer Pat and didn't invite me.
Well, that's
that was upsetting.
That's
But
different.
I said I don't really care
I
that
don't
much
remember Artie being there. Were you there? No.
I don't know.
I don't remember any party.
I don't know.
That was just another little dinner at a restaurant.
Right.
We did that a couple of times.
By the way, though, every time this woman goes to dinner, it's a $7,000 bill.
Right.
I mean, she can't just go to dinner with one person without getting attacked. This is crazy.
But I'm not upset. I'm not even. I said to you first thing this morning, Robert.
Did I have
don't care.
Gary? Did I have
I
you
didn't
and
talk
Artie?
about it for
Did I
an
have you
hour.
and Artie out to my house this summer? Yeah.
We had a great
Is
time.
Robin crying about it now?
She had her own invitation, right?
No.
No.
Oh.
I didn't invite her.
Oh gosh.
I didn't
terrible.
care one bit. That's what he wanted to do
That's
with his
awful.
weekend.
I wasn't looking for her.
So sorry, Robin.
Now I'll attack you.
And I reminded him that we went to John George together with you and Beth one year.
That's
Fred
right.
wasn't there.
Notice in every
Is that another
scenario,
one I
Fred is
missed?
never there.
Shit. Hold on.
Fred's slowly becoming Scott Salem.
You know, it was funny on the wrap-up show yesterday. We were trying to figure out all the different configurations. Like, everyone was figuring out, well, what if it were Artie and Gary but not Fred? Or what if it were Fred and Artie but not Gary? And we figured out that no configuration included Benjy.
Listen, there are configurations where I'm not included. I'm my bellyache, and I'm proud and happy that you don't invite me.
But I just couldn't understand why there was this feeling of being passed over or anything like
The
that.
feeling is now over because I am
I just
discounting it.
need to ask Fred one more thing because I did not hear this, but I heard something about me being lonely or unable to get dates or
No.
So, what did you
I
say?
said? And you know what? I'm getting sick to death of people like when they overhear something like Jackie or this one or that one. I'm not going to apologize anymore for anything that I say on this show or about this show. Listen to the fucking show every day, and that's it. I'm not going to apologize. But what I'm going to say, because
What is this about? I don't even know what you're talking about.
It's the whole Jackie thing.
I'm going to play you his message.
Yeah, the whole, you know what? The whole Jackie thing, I'm tired of it. The guy walks away from the show. He doesn't listen to the show. He reacts to emails. He reacts to, like, phone calls from people, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. I've got nothing to apologize for because I've been doing what I've always done on this show. I have told him this. I sat down to dinner with
What
the
did you
guy.
tell him? I don't know what you told him.
I told him that anything that I would be doing on the show was a goof.
Oh, you're
Anything-
goofing? So you do really like Jackie?
I do like Jackie.
Oh, you do?
Oh, there is no hate for Jackie.
I have
You mean
no-
you're like a wrestler and you're doing an act on the air?
Look, I use a little bit of something there, but I mean,
Do you like Jackie or not?
I like
I'm
Jackie.
confused now.
Look, it's more complicated than...
I listen to the
it's
show and I don't know what the
it's
fuck you're talking
It's
about.
more complicated than you think.
Yeah.
It's like he annoys me. There are things that he does that annoy me.
Right. You don't like him.
I don't
You do like him, but you find him annoying. Is
Yes.
that the thing now?
That's correct.
Because you said on the air you don't like him.
You
I
said-
am on the
You
air.
know
I
what?
heard you.
I probably did say it, and I misspoke. You know, it's like he just gets... It's just like you just want him to go fucking away sometimes.
All right, so what is your official statement if Jackie is listening?
My official statement to Robin, because I owe him nothing right now.
Right. No, what is your official statement on Jackie, first
On
of all?
Jackie, it's like, stop listening to people who call you on the phone. Stop reading the goddamn
Yeah, but if he had
emails.
listened to the show, he would have heard that you hate him.
You know what? I mean, he can always pick up a phone and say, Fred, do you really mean that? As opposed to calling you.
Well, I
Because
mean,
you don't know
he's not going to call
anything,
a guy who hates him.
As opposed to...
Would
Why
you
would
be
he?
afraid to
I wouldn't
call?
call you if you said you hated me. He's taking you for real.
I've told him in the past when I do things on the air, a lot of times it's a goof, sometimes there's some truth to it.
All right, now what is your official statement? Are you annoyed by Jackie?
Yes.
Okay.
Do you like Jackie?
You think Jackie even cares?
Yes.
Yes.
Now, you know something?
Oh, he cares,
Here's
yeah.
the deal. It's like,
He's a
and
hippie.
I didn't even like
Everyone
this
likes
aspect.
him.
It's like, you know, when Howard told me yesterday that Jackie called up, you know, with the gentle hippie and he can't stand it when anybody hates him, I played right into it. I'm going like, fuck.
But what is the real Fred, though? I don't understand. Now we have an
Have
actor.
we ever met the real
Now
Fred?
we have Fred the actor, Eric the actor.
I'm more complicated than you'll ever know.
Okay.
And we'll leave
what
it at that.
what is your stance on Jackie Martin? He's an
Do you
annoying
know
guy.
what your
He's
stance
an
is?
annoying guy, yes.
Yeah,
And
okay.
he doesn't see that. I think that's what I don't like about him. It's not that I...
He's not aware of himself.
He's not aware of the things that he does. He
Right.
thinks that he is perfect in this world. Like,
Right.
you know, everybody thinks that they're perfect.
Like, everyone likes Jackie.
Until-
Well, anyone who makes a statement that everyone likes them
Yeah,
is
yeah, that was,
Until you get married and you find out just what a shitty person you can be.
Right. It brings out the worst in
All
you.
right, well, now would you tell me what your assessment is of me? Because apparently he wrapped me all up in my psyche. Or,
I still don't know his assessment of Jackie, but go ahead, let's move on.
Yeah, I still don't understand where you stand on
You know,
Jackie.
here's the deal. It's like, I'm not going to apologize to Jackie anymore. If Jackie wants to go through this is my official thing, and I hate using the air for this, call me. That's it.
Why don't you call him?
I did.
He doesn't call you back?
Here's what happened. I called him yesterday. I left a voicemail. because there was no answer on
Of course
on his
not.
cell.
He's so busy.
Right. And that's it. That's all I've heard. There's nothing.
You're all
Zero.
worked up.
So
I can see that.
So if he were really concerned, he would call. If I was really concerned about something, I would call.
Call him now.
He was saying he didn't understand where you were
Because
coming
Jackie
from.
doesn't understand himself.
All right. I'm done with Fred's part of the show.
I still have to hear what he's,
No.
because he better straighten this out for me. I'm harboring
Call him.
ill
What, yours?
feelings.
Call him.
Yours?
Me, yes.
If I said, and this is the thing too, is like I don't want to apologize for anything that I said because
I don't know what you said. Tell me what you
what
said.
I said was in the context of the show, and I think Artie was there, and hopefully
What
he'll
is
back me
going
up.
on here?
Is I was happy
Spit it
for
out.
Robin. I said Robin was a lonely person, and it's good that she's got somebody.
Yeah,
Is
he
that a
said
bad
it.
thing to
Yeah,
say?
yeah, that's what he said. He said
Well,
it.
you're
He
assuming-
thinks the
And I also
Florentine.
said,
You're assuming
and I
that
also
she's a lonely
And I also
person.
said that working on the show makes it very hard to establish romantic relationships.
Really? I found it to make it easier.
Well, for you, perhaps.
Because people would be attracted to me if I had a good job.
Yeah, for you, perhaps.
All right, this
But
is
I
this
don't think-
whole
I don't think
discussion.
Robin's
Honestly, Fred, this is more confusing than when you changed your name. I've had it.
There you
So
go.
I'm lonely now. Okay.
No,
All right.
not
So what
now.
Fred is saying, let me see if I can sum it up.
Now she's mad at me because I.
Fred hates Jackie, but it's not a joke for the show, but he also really hates him. No, he hates him. It's a joke for the show, but he
He
really
hates
doesn't.
him on the show. He
Yeah.
doesn't hate him off the show.
But he's very annoyed.
I do get
Both
annoyed.
places, I think.
I get annoyed by him.
And as far as you go, you're lonely. All right.
Is that wrong?
Hey, Artie, what do you
I don't
think
know.
about
Ask her.
No,
Are you
Fred.
lonely?
Fred mentioned.
I'm not a lonely person.
Right.
No,
I don't get that
I don't
impression.
Well,
experience
then
that.
I'm glad because I mean I I guess that's my speculation. I figured maybe all
You are a lonely person.
No.
And now
I'm
you
not.
have a wife and you're not lonely.
Right.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Artie, what were you saying about Robin yesterday? Something like she has new money or...
Oh, I was kidding.
Oh, here we go.
Oh, that was
I didn't hear all of these things.
That was a joke.
You're ripping
Yeah,
at her
what
more
was
than
this
Fred.
joke?
I said the problem with Robin is she's new money.
All right.
How is
now,
that serious?
Now I want to move on.
You got a big laugh. Hey,
I'm annoyed.
I don't know, but I think Fred realized that it's serious with you and Florentine, and on the show he said that he's happy for you. That's what he said.
That's exactly
Serious.
it.
I've never seen such an escalated romance.
Here's the
here
deal.
we
I'll
go,
tell you how
here we
serious
go.
it was, and I said this on the wrap-up show.
By the way, this is why
serious.
no one wants to go to dinner with Fred. I don't understand what he's talking about, but go ahead.
Well, you know what? You really should take some college courses because I
All right,
think
you're obviously way too bright for me.
it must be.
Or you're seeping into madness.
It must be. Well, if it's madness, then we're all swimming in the same pool.
All right.
But anyways.
I'm getting out.
How can I change the subject, Howard?
All right. Fred is...
Don't start with me.
change
I
the
can't
subject,
swim.
please.
I love this one-upsmanship here. It's like,
All right, go ahead.
Can I change the subject?
Lord.
Yeah, do you want to go to dinner with Fred, sir?
No, I don't.
It's like you guys all act like you're something. And you're all in the Special Olympics with me. So let's not get crazy here.
All right, Fred. All right, everyone calm down now.
Listen, you're talking to a guy who's in intensive rehab. This is the biggest group of loons I've ever been around.
Exactly.
Hey, I'm Chuck Zito, and we're here to clear up the Benjy who wants to fight me. But we know it's his girlfriend who's starting all the bullshit.
He was pretty scared yesterday. He seemed
heard that,
genuinely
I heard that.
apologetic about everything that happened. And
But his girlfriend's just doing it for her own personal gain and profit, man. Basically.
So you're
It was
here
the first thing out of her mouth on the message she gave me. I get my commission, so we're here just to clear it up, so Benji don't have to be scared the rest of his life, man.
Cool. All right, Chuck. We'll see you in a couple minutes.
But Benji, you want to fight? We're gonna get it on, man.
Chuck Zito stopped by, and I need to have him come in real quick because, and then two girls are here that we have to talk to. But Benji got into a weird thing with Chuck, and I just want you to straighten this out with Chuck, Benji, real quick.
And I hope Benji has his head on straight.
Yeah, I hope Benji knows how to handle this. This is the great Chuck Zito.
Benji, don't be stupid.
Good morning, Chuck.
Good morning, Chuck. How you doing? Chuck has his own show
Chuck,
here.
how are you?
How are you, Chuck?
Oh my God.
All right, Chuck is putting on his headphones. Chuck, there was a terrible... You were on your radio show and admittedly angry with Ivy Supersonic, Benji's somewhat girlfriend, I guess. First of all, let me ask you something. Was there a...
Benji's psycho kid.
Right. Chuck, and it's good to see you. The show was great. It was.
I gotta tell you, I've never heard anything anybody handle Ivy the way you handled her. That was primo.
You actually got her to shut up.
Yeah. I was actually a little too nice, I think.
Oh.
I wanted to say a lot more, but
You were a gentleman.
I was on my show.
The Chuck Zito show.
Chuck, you're a nice guy.
Chuck, you're a strong man. You're a powerful man. And Benjy has somehow led into this weird thing with Ivy that I do want to straighten out. Now, Chuck, Ivy called into your show and she was talking about Benjy wants to fight you and all this other stuff.
Right.
Now, was there ever a sexual relationship between you and Ivy?
No, there's
Never.
nothing in between.
You've never banged her?
I don't kiss and tell anyway. I don't mention names.
Are you banging Ivy while Benjy is banging Ivy? Is there
No.
anything going on like that?
No.
Right. So you don't have any sexual interest in Ivy?
Sexual. If I see him, I'll crack.
All right.
Nah, it's a joke. I don't hate girls.
Okay.
I kick him once in a while.
I know you're a
Why
gentleman.
use your hand on a woman?
You would never use your hand on a woman, right? Is that right, Chuck, or do I have it wrong?
Never.
All right.
Never hit a girl in my life.
Okay. So Ivy somehow calls up and says, Chuck Zito and Benjy are going to fight. Benjy wants to fight Chuck Zito. And you appropriately said, look, if this guy wants to fight me, I'll give him brain damage.
Right.
I'll hit him once, and then his brain will be damaged.
But also, Ivy's already arranging deals, setting up money.
How this whole thing started,
Go
I
ahead.
did my show last week.
Right.
Like, this is the first time that you back, Monday. It's great.
Anything you want.
What happened was, I only thought it was for having dinner after my show.
Right.
With my friend Frankie.
Right.
Who shows up is this Ivory. So
Ivory,
she sits
yeah.
down, Ivory.
Ivory.
Why
Ivory.
bother
I like the
getting
name
my name
Ivory.
His
Yeah.
girlfriend. So
Benji's girlfriend. Is it your girlfriend, Benjy?
No, we're friends. We have dated and we're friends, and I do like her.
All right. And you have
Okay.
Okay. All right.
So she goes, I got a great idea. And she came to Scores,
Right.
and she was sitting on my table. She goes, I have a great idea. I said, what? She goes, you should open your own gym. You know how big that would be? Everybody follows you. I said, well, actually, I'm in talks with somebody to open up a gym.
Makes sense.
She goes, well, I know so many people have connections that I could get the money up. I could do this. I said, don't do me any favors.
No, you can do it yourself.
Right.
Next thing I know, the next day I'm driving and I'm hearing you listening to your show.
Right.
And the next thing, he wants to fight me.
Right.
That's what I hear.
Right.
And so and then she says, she leaves a message on my machine that I could get you money for the gym to open up, but I get my commission, all that bullshit.
Right.
So you can see it's for her own personal gain and profit.
Right.
So she's going to get somebody in trouble because
Right, so
she's got a
Benjy,
big mouth.
Yeah,
did
you go ahead and kill Benjy.
Why don't you say something to Chuck now and explain that you didn't know anything about this?
Yeah, I was absolutely shocked. I thought she was joking around. I would never want to get in a ring with you because I would be scared to. Because I know you're one of the toughest guys in America, in the world. And I know
Not
also...
too far, but
Well, what I know is it's not a joke to you.
no, it's not.
And I had no interest in doing it. When she said it to me, I treated it like a joke. I was like, you know what? If I'm going to die, pay me more. Because I would get hurt.
But what did you say to her when she's going around using your name?
I
Put
said
her right in her place.
I said to her, and I talked to her last night also.
Are you able to control this woman, or do you
You
need
see
me
how
to step in?
Chuck shut her down?
Yeah.
She's not my girlfriend. She's my friend. And I do like her. She does get carried away.
Well, you got to put a leash on her, man.
Because she's going
But she's not my girlfriend.
But she's going to get you into trouble
let me-
nonetheless.
wait.
Chuck, you keep hearing this. You don't know what to make of it, right?
No, I said
Not
I
your
said to her.
girlfriend. I mean, just tell me. You talked to her last night. You talked to her.
No, I did.
Yesterday.
She said, I told her, do not speak it for me anymore. She said she won't. She apologized. And I know she wants to apologize to you.
Don't do me any favors.
No, that's between you and her.
Okay.
But for myself, I want to say, like, I never wanted to get...
Did you
I
ever
had
say
no
to her you
interest-
want to fight Chuck?
Absolutely not. And I absolutely don't. I would love to see Chuck fight because I think that would be an interesting, great fight. But not me.
Well, Chuck, do you accept his apology?
Of course. I knew
right.
it wasn't coming from him anyway.
Right.
I knew it was coming from her. And she's just doing, like I said, for her own personal gain and profit. But the way she said it on my show Monday night, no, Benjy said he wanted to fight you.
And then it's the tables turned a little.
Now, Benjy was getting nervous. This thing was spinning out of control, and he had nothing to do with it.
Oh.
But you know what, Chuck? The way you just said, look, don't speak for me, and
Of
she
course
then
not.
settled down, I don't think Benjy has that ability to shut her down like that. And you have to understand, if you hear something else, that Benjy's not in control.
Now, how could he
Of that
control
woman.
her? I mean, you did it so effortlessly. We heard you on the show tell... Should I play the clip of you controlling...
Sure. I mean, she called in, and right away I said, you're out of line.
Right.
And you stepped over your boundaries. You don't ever speak for me. I speak for myself. And
You feel that if you're going to step in the ring, you want $5 million to step in the
Right,
ring.
what are you going to 100,000? What is that?
Yeah, and you, to fight Benjy would be like fighting Eric the Midget. It would be a joke, right?
You're not a circus performer, that's right.
That's it.
well, it would have been a big circus act.
You're
if
a serious
that
fighter.
Exactly. I didn't lose 31 pounds to jump in a cage to fight Benjy.
Well, someone described to me they were in your presence and you
Unless
got...
you want to fight me.
As a matter of fact, Chuck, someone described to us they were around you and a guy got out of line and you smacked him open with your open hand.
And knocked him out, right?
And
I
broke his
bitch-slapped
jaw.
him, yeah.
You broke the guy's jaw.
Yeah.
So
Wow.
we're not fooling around here, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
That
all
was
right.
outside scores, actually.
Right. Where the guy got a little bit out of line or something.
Yeah.
I want to ask Chuck something, though. So you're in shape to fight, Chuck? Are you going to fight? There's a
Yes.
deal going on for
Well,
you to
we're
fight?
trying now. I mean, I lost 31 pounds. I went from 238, and I'm down to 207 right now.
That's right, you look leaner, yeah.
200. Oh, I'm
So who are you fighting?
anybody. Like, just
You just got to find someone.
yeah. But
You'll
there's so many
fight anybody?
organizations out there. It don't have to be just the UFC. It's so many 10 different organizations.
You're
Somebody will
looking
come up
for
with
a
the money.
fight. You're looking for a fight.
Yeah.
And it ain't Benjy.
Is everybody afraid of you, Chuck?
No. There's a lot of tough guys out there, especially in the cage there.
They are.
Yeah.
But like I said, at my age, I just want to try it and see what happens.
Yeah, you'd think they'd be stepping up.
The oldest guy ever to fight in the UFC was a guy named Ron Van Cleef. He was 51 years old.
Yeah.
How did he do?
He got choked out in like 20 seconds. by Horace Gracie in UFC 4.
One of
It
those
was pretty
Gracie
wild.
guys?
Those Gracie guys are awesome, right?
Oh, yeah. They're
Did
the
you
ones who started it.
Did you study Gracie Jiu-Jitsu?
No. I've trained in 6 different styles of the martial arts.
Is Gracie a superior form of martial arts?
Well, they actually started this whole MMA craze. I mean, I was doing MMA before most of those guys were even born.
Right. When you say 6 different martial
I've
arts,
trained in 2 forms of Kung Fu, White Crane and Tiger Claw, Ishinu Karate, Jukido Jiu-Jitsu.
well, you say you
Michi
train.
Jiu-Jitsu.
Do you become a master at this?
Yeah.
Do you become a black belt?
Yeah.
You do. How many years does it take for you to train?
I've trained since I'm 18 years old. I'm
And you were in the gym every day?
55
Yeah, when
now.
he says he was in that stuff before, he was just
Yeah.
doing it in a bar somewhere.
Yeah.
You know, I trained for several months in
I
karate.
did you hear
And
my
until my
tape?
groin pull, I was very, very powerful.
I heard that the both of you
Yeah,
trained
we
with
did.
Toki Hill
Yeah.
and Howard Friedman.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
2 great senseis, and of
And
course,
they got us out of that.
my unfortunate multiple groin pulls, and taking a foot to the throat,
Right.
kind of stopped me dead in my tracks.
Actually, Toki Hill was the first American to win a gold medal
Yeah.
in
He's
1980. So he was your instructor.
Yes,
Yeah, we
yes.
used to bow to him.
Yeah, I punched him right in the face, knocked that fucker right out.
Sure you
Oh
did.
yeah, he couldn't handle me. No, he bitch slapped me and
I
broke
just
my
saw him
jaw.
in the green room.
Uh-oh, I'm out of here. He's one of the toughest guys I ever met.
He's great.
He really
And
is. He was a great guy.
He puts on that Arnold Classic every year, which is
Is that right?
yes,
I didn't
which
realize
is in
that was what
February.
he was
How's
up
he
to now.
doing?
He's doing great.
Married still?
Yeah, but I think he just had a hip replacement. Actually.
Oh, my
No kidding.
goodness.
Well,
Yeah.
maybe I could kick his ass now.
Yeah, now's the time, Howard. Get him now.
Kick him in the
Kick him in the hip?
Kick him in the artificial hip.
All right, so now it's all straightened out. And by the way, Benjy, I think we should play Chuck's tape of
Yes.
straightening Ivy out
So
that
you
learn
learn.
how to speak to a woman. It was really masterful, I got to say.
I think a lot of guys could learn from this.
Right.
I don't need this kind of talking to. But
Where
these
is that
other
clip?
Yeah, let me hear it.
You have to hear it. Where is Chuck? Even Chuck could learn from this. Where is Chuck's clip, guys?
Okay, go to Gary page 2,
All right, Gary.
third column, bottom one in red.
All right, here is Chuck. He was angry with Ivy.
This is a masterwork.
And why this is a masterwork, Ivy can talk a mile a minute, and Chuck seems to slow her down somewhat. You know, when people say, gee, a woman is very...
Somewhat. Shut her down.
I have a habit of doing that.
All right, Chuck, listen and learn.
Okay. We're going to go to, oh, look who's here.
Ivy.
Yo, what's up, Chuck?
Not too much, Ivy. I'm
So-
pretty pissed off at you. Okay?
Uh-oh, should I hide?
Well, first of all, nobody speaks for me but me. And who are you to call Howard and tell some bullshit story that I'm fighting Benjy? Where did that come from?
Well, Benjy told me that he would fight you.
Benjy
So-
told me he would fight. Benjy told you he would fight. Well, let
Yeah,
me
you
tell
know
you
how
something.
Benjy is. You don't
Okay.
never know if it's something
Well, let me tell you
sick or
something,
it's true or whatever.
because
But he
first
said
of
that he
all,
would fight you.
he would fight me. Well, right now, Benjy, because whatever you guys are doing, I don't know if you're sucking his cock or whatever, but Benjy's letting his little head think for his big head. Because Benjy's big head don't realize all the fucking brain damage I would give it. And for him to even say he'd be in the same ring as me is a fucking insult. And for
Well,
you,
we know that.
for you to talk about me on Howard Stern, you don't have the right. You went over your bounds, okay? And about fighting, I didn't lose 31 pounds to fight in a cage to be involved in a circus event, and I'm pissed off at you for doing that.
I got you, but I figure for $100,000.
It doesn't
one
matter
punch.
100,000. You know what? I'm going for $5 million. If they could give Kid Rock and Tommy Lee $5 million to fight, that's what I want. I don't want no circus act. So don't ever speak for me again or bring me up at Howard. Okay?
You got it.
You got it. Bye.
All right.
Out. That's it.
Done. Done.
See, learn how to do it. Involved in my life, and the first thing out of her tape was, "Oh, I'll get my commission." So she wants for her own personal gain. Fighting Benjy is no different than fighting fucking Eric the Midget.
Now, Benjy, he stated his case. Let me say what I heard on that tape.
That is a funny death. Benjy and Eric the Midget, I'd like to say, if we can get that going.
What I'm hearing on that tape is he stated he was hurt
Right.
and insulted,
Right.
and that it had to stop.
Right.
That no one has the right to speak for Chuck.
Right.
That there are boundaries.
That's right.
And you crossed them.
And somehow when he says it, Ivy listens.
Right.
Now, are you
You
able?
see how she was meek?
Well, like
Have
I said,
you ever heard her like that?
she's not my girlfriend. She is my friend.
Right.
And the truth is, I can't control what other people say I said or say about me. But if she keeps doing it, if she does it again, she won't be my friend anymore. That's what I can say.
Wow.
And all I can do is speak for myself.
Okay.
That's some
Well,
threat.
Chuck,
Well, no, it's not a threat.
I'm
It's
glad
just,
this
that's how I
all
feel.
worked out.
But I do like her, and she's a good person. And I'm sorry that she did this. And I know that she admires you a lot.
And you personally
maybe you two-
apologize to Chuck.
For even coming into his knowledge.
Even for you to take up time in his mind, you should
that he
apologize.
has to say
for it.
your name.
Right. And you should apologize that you couldn't control your woman.
Well,
But go ahead.
I know what's her, man. So you don't even have to.
You're gonna
don't
let
even have
this
to
guy off
apologize.
the hook,
He
aren't you?
should apologize. He should apologize that he can't control his woman, though. Go ahead.
Now she's starting.
All right. Leave Benjy alone. He had enough. Benjy was ready to shit his pants. Yeah, go ahead.
Is there something that Benjy could do to Ivy that would make Chuck happy?
Nah, he's not supposed to hit her.
No.
Maybe short of corporal punishment. What could he do?
He's not in charge.
Maria? Oh, now, no. You see, he's got deep feelings for her. He does.
No, I'm saying that would be punishment to her.
Do you think Benjy should get a
Punishment to both. Punishment to you.
That's your punishment. Chuck, do you think Benjy should break up with Ivy and get away from her?
We're not girlfriend, boyfriend. We're friends.
I'm not going to get it. I can't give advice. Look at me. I mean,
I've been through the mill.
I've been through everything, but
Yeah, you know that guys.
feelings.
Guys, sometimes, you can't help it with the woman. You gotta get him
Well,
all.
right now, the way he's talking, his little head's thinking for his big head.
Yeah.
And that's
Right.
the problem.
That's right.
Just the way you're talking now. Maria.
Well, that was a joke, but I think she is attractive, and I think she's a good person. I think she got way carried away, and I think she's going through a bad time, and she needs to straighten
All
up.
right. Well, I'm glad it worked out. And by the way, these stories of your sex life on your radio show.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Fabulous.
Yeah, well,
I
we
knew it.
gotta straighten that out.
Are they all true?
Because Robin said, I don't believe that one bit.
Right. Are they all true, Chuck?
Yes, yes, I don't make up stories. If you heard my radio show the other night, I don't lie to my friends,
Right.
and I don't lie to my family.
Right. You have sex with these women.
But
I
I did lie to Robin one day.
What did you say?
Yes. Because I gotta admit that finally.
What did you
now
do?
it's like coming out of the closet, so to speak.
And yes, what do you want to say?
Well, one time I came here when I had my long duster and I had my gangster hat on. I had that little spaghetti string shirt.
Yeah.
So as soon as I took it off, you said, Chuck, you look more masculine than I ever saw you before. And right away, the first thing out of Robin's mouth was, "Are you on steroids?" And I lied like a motherfucker that day. I said, "No, I'm not."
But you were doing some juicing?
Of course.
All right.
Nobody gets that big in a month's time, with 2 months' time, and she picked it right out.
I was juicing too. I want to complain.
So yes, but now it's like coming out of the closet because everybody's doing it. So I don't care. When you first do it, you say, "Nah, I'm not doing it." Meanwhile, you get 30 pounds of muscle.
I want to say how good it is to see Chuck. We love having you on
Thank
the
you,
channel.
man. Thank you.
Everybody loves the show, and we love playing the clips from it. You're doing a great job, in my opinion. And
Love
Chuck,
the show.
we do love the show. We're going to take a break. Chuck Zito, thank you. And we can hear you here on Howard 101.
Howard 100.
That's right.
We're hoping every week, but right now it's we're back to
Bi-monthly.
3 weeks.
Oh, 3 weeks.
Every 3 weeks.
Every 3 weeks?
Well, it was every 2 weeks. Then we did a week apart. Now it's I'm leaving tomorrow for the Rambo premiere in
Are you in the movie?
Vegas. No, I just go out there, slide as a friend, and
will you bodyguard him that night?
No.
Just visiting,
just going. They invited me.
Do you have tickets? Because sometimes I know you show up and you just say, "Let me in."
Oh, they'll let him in. Did you plan ahead this time and get some tickets?
No, it's at Planet Hollywood. Is the big premiere.
So in other words,
in Vegas.
You're welcome there. They're going to have room for your motorcycle.
Yes.
There's not going to be any confusion.
No confusion.
Did you ever bodyguard Stallone?
Yes.
You did?
In 1982, when we first met, was 1982, when he directed John Travolta in Staying Alive.
Right.
Was he getting a shitload of pussy when you were around him? I mean, was it endless? Was it, forget about it, right? It was unreal.
But you got to hand it to the guy. Here's 30 years later, he's still making Rockies and Rambos. He's 61 years old. He looks great.
It's an impressive career.
Yeah.
It really is. All right, Chuck, thank you.
Thank you.
And we look forward to hearing the
Benjy.
show. Benjy, keep carrying on. All right.
Stay solid, man.
Yeah. Put her on a leash, man.
Wait, one last thought. Dominic does have a good thought. What is it, Dominic?
How are you? Listen, my idea is Benjy fights Supersonic, and I'll put up 10,000 to win.
Benjy, could you box Ivy and win?
She'll kick his ass.
Could Eric the Midget be in the ring with me against her?
We will.
I'll be your cut man.
Put a leash on that girl. Put a leash on that puppy. Be strict with her. Be firm. Say do it or else. She might give you a crack though.
Hey Chuck, so everything's cool now with you and Benjy?
Everything's cool, man. Everything's cool. I knew it before. It was all up to her.
Right.
It was because of her. Like I said, she's just a publicity hound, money hungry.
Well, people have been skeptical
the way
of her.
he's been talking, I think he really likes her.
Yeah, because if he's willing to still call her his friend after all that.
Friend, he said he's going to marry her, give her a punishment. It would be his punishment, not us.
But people have been skeptical of her since the beginning of, if she really liked Benjy and what her motives were, and now something like this sort of calls that into question.
Yeah.
Do you think he finally listened to your no nonsense approach when you set her straight over the air?
I think so. He has to, like I said, he has to be firm. He can't let her do the talking, and that's it.
Exactly. Well, it seems like
these girls, they get out of hand.
Exactly. But everything from here on in is cool with you and Benjy.
Of course.
All right. Thanks, Chuck. Thanks for stopping by, man.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Let me play you Jackie's message because this is the one where Jackie's confused about you, Fred.
All right.
And then he's also. This drives Gary crazy. Jackie not only makes fun of Gary's teeth on air, but is talking to me into the phone.
Now, see, here's an example. Has nothing to do with me, and he goes around to kick Gary and then come back to whatever.
All right, so here we go. Listen to the message, Fred, and then respond, please.
Hey, Wolf. Hey, Al, it's Jackie. I'm in Utah. I'm just calling to say thanks. I was hopefully I'll get to talk to you. I'd really like to sit down and go to dinner again. I thought that was fun. If it's a drag for you, fuck it, but I think it'd be great. I just wanted to call and say we're all signed and ready to go for another year on Jackie's Joke Hunt. And I just wanted to personally thank you because it's a great thing for me and Ian, and we really love doing the show. And I'm sure you facilitate that, so I dig you for it. And between me and you, I honestly have no idea why Fred hates me. And that is the honest-to-God truth. We got together and wrote the song for Gary's roast, and I thought we had the greatest 2 days together. It was like a reunion, and I thought he totally totally enjoyed it, and this came out of nowhere. When I came on the show and he attacked me, I swear I don't know. Maybe I'm being an idiot, but you know me, I'm a personality. I'm a publicity whore, and I'll do anything to promote my show, et cetera, et cetera. I'm guilty of that, but this is not that. I'm a hippie. It bothers me that somebody really dislikes me this much, and I don't know why. It's very selfish of him to not say why, so I can apologize and get on. I mean, I'm a sober, straight shooter, and everybody in the world likes me except Fred Morris, and who knows who else. But I love you. Happy New Year. Happy birthday. Tell Beth I said hi, and thanks for the show, and whatever. And I'm sure you could hear it in my voice how much fun it was fucking with Gary on our show. I mean, I'm not even doing a bit. I don't know. Where the fuck is he going to move teeth to? I mean, you know what? I'm not going to go on and on, but that's like a gift from the comedy gods. That's like the nicest birthday present anybody could ever given you. All right, man. I'm on my cell out here. I'm in the mountains of Utah at the Sundance Film Festival, so it doesn't work great. But I'll see you later. All right. See you later. Too much pot. Bye.
Well, the greatest part about that message, real quick, is that he's at the Sundance Film Festival.
Right, I know, it drove me crazy.
What the fuck?
What is he doing?
Parking cars.
I hadn't heard his
Parking
name
cars.
mentioned.
Parking cars.
No, he's like Jackie considers himself a player in the independent film world.
Unbelievable.
If he's a player, then I'm Spielberg.
But that's funny in itself.
Great
quick,
message. Real quick, busting Gary's balls. Where are they going to move those teeth to?
That was a funny
Fabulous line.
Can I just analyze that one thing? Okay, he spent a third of that message kissing your ass, which he should. Because
it was very nice.
Because you were nice enough.
He doesn't need to kiss my ass.
No,
he does
but
a
you know
good show.
something, dude? Here's the deal.
Yeah.
I still have a problem with the way he walked off the show. I still have a problem with the way he was disloyal to you. He was disloyal to Robin.
Right.
To some degree, disloyal to me.
Absolutely.
All right, I have a problem with that. He likes to, you want to talk about selfish. He likes to act like, well, I had to do for Jackie what I had to do for Jackie. Well, isn't that being selfish as opposed to playing with the team? Anyways, we did have a couple of good days there, and it was great. I thought before he came in that I was goofing on him, and then he came in and immediately took a different tact on the show. He revealed like an email, started goofing on my email, and it was like I was going through a really bad time.
What email was he goofing on? When your dog was ill?
When the dog was ill, my wife's grandmother was having a hard time. She since passed away.
And you told him this in the email?
No, I did not tell him that in the email. I didn't think it was any of his business. My email was strictly to him was, Jack, great to hear from you. It's kind of blustery right now. I'll get to you, a little bit later on. But I think he thinks that I was blowing him off, which I was not. He comes in with an attitude to begin with. And then I think the thing that was the icing on the cake, which is still a sore spot for me, was when Gary came in and asked me how I felt. Now, those were my feelings about how I felt Jackie became the head writer. I thought it was an underhanded thing, and I didn't think it was a nice thing for him to do.
Rubs you the wrong way.
It rubbed me the wrong way. And
I thought Fred didn't hate Jackie, but it sounds like he does.
And no, I don't.
I'm on the fence. I don't know which way it's going to go yet.
Yeah.
I don't. It's much more, you know what it is? It's much more complicated than that. I like him, but I don't like things that he does. Does that make sense?
You like him, but you
there
don't
are certain
like what
things
he
that
does.
I don't like.
Maybe you don't like him. Maybe you don't even like him.
He's a nice guy who does shitty things? Is that what you're saying?
That is.
So what's the like?
So what do you like about him?
Because he's done some nice things, but by the same
So
sense...
you love him and you hate him?
Yeah. How's that?
But isn't that true of everyone?
Right. Well, there you go.
Yeah, you could get angry
and then he spent the last third. No, but you know something? You guys have been loyal. You guys have been friends. It's like.
So you do hate
Jackie
him.
walked
you
away.
do hate him, Fred.
I can't use that word because I don't really hate anybody with the exception of Osama bin Laden.
All right.
I don't.
So Jackie's no Osama.
No. He's not.
I know Osama bin Laden.
He's a retarded Osama.
And sir, you are no Osama bin Laden.
And in the last
I think Osama's a shitty guy.
Fred or stuttering? Fred, who do you hate more, Jackie or Stuttering John?
You know what? I don't hate Stuttering John. I found him to be disrespectful.
Okay.
And I don't think he appreciated the things that I did for him.
Go ahead.
And I think he hated me because I goofed on his stutter. Okay. And in return, I think he used moments to try and, maybe orchestrate some things that weren't necessarily beneficial to me.
But you like John.
I like John. Again, it's one of those things where, you know, I felt like he also left the show in a shitty way.
Yeah, okay. But Jackie you really dislike.
You know what? Jackie can be mean.
Okay, there it is. All right, I want to get... Fred, I want to continue
I love how he portrays himself as the gentle hippie. And
he's no hippie. Sir, I know hippies, and you're no hippie.
But, you know, it's funny. I love Fred. I don't know why he hates me, and then he proceeds to call me Fred Mars.
Does he say Fred Mars or Fred Morris?
Fred Mars.
Fred Mars.
Fred Mars.
Oh, Mars.
He's you know...
Boy, he always has a funny line. Yeah, Fred Mars.
Always a funny line. He's such a funny man. Such a funny guy.
Okay.
Very funny.
Right. Okay.
One of the funniest guys in show business.
Oftentimes, Howard doesn't really give you the chance to really explain yourself and really get things off your chest. He tends to cut you off.
That would be true.
But today, he gave you the shot at really explaining your beef with Jackie. Did that feel good?
And yeah, it actually did feel pretty good. I don't know if it's going to make anybody's mind rest easier, because there are a lot of people out there that get upset when they feel that there's trouble in paradise. I think they look at the Howard Stern shows one big happy family, and I think it breaks a lot of people's hearts when they feel like either people aren't getting along or they don't like each other or whatever. Well, anyways, I don't know if we're getting along any better, but at least I got to set my part of the record straight.
Well, what I took from it is that you don't necessarily not like Jackie. It's that you don't like what he's done to the show. You think of this as an army, and you've all been soldiers here for a long time, and he could have gone about things better and could have done certain things differently.
Dude, you said it way better than I did. Turn the camera around and take a picture of Greg.
But that often seems to get misconstrued, that, you know, you don't like him personally, but it's not really that. It's that you don't like the loyalty he's shown towards the show.
That would be true. I think I've said that many, many times. I feel like a broken record. This feels like a broken record, you know, because I don't necessarily, you know, want to belabor it any more than I already have.